And actually, I listened to the one you had last week, which I actually really, really loved. The
thank
Ta-da.
you. Oh, yes.
And it came out last week, I think.
Yeah.
And I shared it with a group text of mine, friends this morning, in fact. I was working out, I was listening to it. And talk to me about that one, because that's a great acronym. And it's a simple way, especially for accountability and for people to kind of maybe can get in a rut and challenged. I thought it was pretty encouraging, man. Just kind of share with that, if you don't mind. Share with us, if you don't mind, kind of that one.
Absolutely. So it's just part of my process. Is so all the tools that I use. If you were, as long as you graduated the 8th grade, you'll understand it completely. So everything that I use is designed for an educated 13-year-old to be able to understand. So that's a big part of it. And we use, so the Ta-da is a tool. So we use a tool that most leadership tools are only made for the top 15% of leadership, really IQ. And that's really difficult because even those individuals, I know a guy who he runs he's a COO for a rocket launching company. And he said, you would be surprised at how smart some of these people are, but yet how dumb some of them are at the same time. He said they could literally send a rocket and drop it within 2 feet from you, 2,000 miles away. But you would, but they like the relationships are terrible. Everything else, just things that you're just like, whoa, I did not realize. So our tools are, Giant Tools, what I use, it's designed for literally 100% adoption rate instead of the 15%.
So you're not leaving out 85% of the world or the population. I mean, it's something that anyone, like you said, with an 8th grade IQ at least can understand, make it simple.
And that helps too, because now, as the leader, you can now get to a point where you can lead your organization, your company, whatever that may be, and not have to go back and go, oh, well, now I got to go back and tell them again and tell them again and tell them again. Especially after, teenagers, you're just like, I'm just tired of repeating myself. But we use a tool, and it's something that is understandable. So something that, and there's some NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming. So where we can see it, hear it, experience it. And that really hits everyone's learning style. Some people say they're auditory learners, they're visual learners, they have to be a mixture of both, or they have to be experiential. With the tools that we use, we can encompass all of that. And so by showing the tool, walking it out, and talking through it, it allows us to go, okay, man, I really understand this now.
So that's the T in the Ta-da.
T. So the T is, it's a tool. The A is actionable. It has to actually work.
That's the natural next step.
Absolutely.
That's what I love about it. Yeah.
Like, it has to be actionable. It can't just be something that I go, oh, okay, that was cool. I'm never going to use that again. Right. Like, it's not calculus. How many times?
I think I've ever used calculus in my life.
Right. It's just one of those, most times some of us, we don't even use algebra, or, very few of us use geometry. I mean, there's so many different things. Our English isn't scrutinized, or, when was the last time you got quizzed on the periodic table? I get those things, and they're necessary, but the tool has to be actionable. It has to be something that I can take this and I can use this tomorrow. I can use this today in my next meeting that I have with someone. I can use this with my family. It has to be actionable. And so that's the second A, or the first A.